Hi, Questers. So it's time. Rebel Moon has released on Netflix. So let's do a reaction to it, shall we? If I go back to one of my old school reaction setups and go from there. So, what do I think of it? Let's find out, shall we? And before we do, if you like my content, please hit that thumbs up, hit that like button, and hit the subscribe button, and select all in that notification bell so you don't miss any upcoming content. And hit the thumbs up and hit the like, and yeah, please do like, subscribe, and share anywhere. It does really helps us out. And yeah, been looking forward to. I've actually been looking forward to this for a while. So let's see what all the fuss was about, and see if it is actually worth watching. Okay, so I'm literally a minute into it, and I can already say that even the trailers. I mean, the trailers looked outstanding. They looked amazing visual effects, right? So the problem is that there's a lot of people saying about the story, the plot, blah blah blah. So we're going to find out about that as we watch this. But the fact that I'm 1 minute into it, and this is the scene you get of a rip subspace fold, I suppose. So you could call it that. A space fold opens up, and the ship comes through, and it looks spectacular. There's no doubt about it. The fact that it looks spectacular, and yeah, what can you say? I mean, other than yeah, I mean, you can actually see the Star Wars influence here, especially considering this looks like it could have been a scene in Ahsoka with the ship and the hangar bays along the side. It is a very Star Warsy feel, and we know this is definitely highly influenced by Star Wars because it was originally pitched to Lucasfilm as a Star Wars movie, right? So let's see if Snyder has made a good movie, even though it's a one-parter, and a lot of people have said about they've had their screening of it, and they say it's. But here's the thing, even on Rotten Tomatoes, it to me it seems like there are a lot more people rating it for reviews than may have actually gone and seen it. That makes sense because I mean, last time I looked, it was like 1,000 reviews. I think that was the verified reviews or something, and there was like 1,000 of them, 1,000 plus, I believe it was. And I keep thinking to myself, well, how are we supposed to know that many were? I mean, how many cinemas or theaters was it really was it screened in for them? And I mean, I don't follow it. I don't get why people pay so much attention to those. Yes, sometimes they're right, sometimes they're wrong, but from what I can tell, is they're mostly anti-Snyder anyway, which is unfair if you ask me. I mean, they're supposed to be there to rate the movie, not kick a man because he made mistakes before. And just because someone's made a bad series of movies doesn't mean he's not going to make another good one, right? And he has made good movies. I mean, I've seen it in the in in on the websites and on videos on YouTube. So let's carry on. I'm going to try not to pause too much because the more I pause, the more I speak. The more I speak, the longer this video will be. Now, I don't want this video to be more than, say, half an hour long, really, but it may go beyond that, depending, because this is like a 2 hour, 15-minute film. It even shows you on the screen right now. So let's get back into this and see what it's like and where it takes us. Okay, I am going to be honest. We just had some pretty bad fight choreography. Slow motion fighting. The only slow motion part was when this guy hits the floor so far. But I have to say, not impressed with the choreography for the fight. I'm just saying, so far, and it's still fight. Um, I don't know. It's almost like they don't know how to do the choreography for the fight scenes. I'm hearing a lot of South African accents. I think some Scandinavian as well. So obviously, ooh, music. This is actually supposed to be along the lines of the Vikings, as opposed to others. I guess at this point, because they say that the main house is a longhouse, which is a Viking term. A longhouse is always like the manor or whatever, or I don't know. Let's just do some more. Let's watch some more, and yeah, we'll see. We'll see if it gets better. I mean, how far am I into this? I can't see. Just a second. Uh, not even 40 minutes in. Not even 40 minutes in, and it's quite slow. Not a lot's happened up to this point anyway. The ship arrived. They demanded, so they killed someone, and blah blah blah. I'm not going into too much detail with this because this is a. I'm trying not to spoil it as much as possible, but it's oh my. I mean, there's this scene of this battle. Well, it looks impressive, but the problem is that it's in slow motion. I mean, if everything was moving at normal speed, it would be a very impressive scene. But because they got it in slow motion, it's a boring one, right? It's a battlefield, and they just slowed everything down. Why bother? I mean, I think next time I might watch this entire thing in 1.5 speed or something. I don't know. I'm gonna might accelerate it next time if I ever watch it again. That is, 'cause there's no guarantee that's going to happen. Actually, you know what? With all the slow motion, I get the feeling that he's trying to copy his success with 300, right? Because there's a lot of slow motion parts in that. It's like he's trying to get that to come out in this, and I don't know. I mean, this looks like it could be a scene out of Warhammer for all I care. I'm just saying. Their arm makes them look quite big, so they might be like, was it Clonal Marines? I can't remember. I can't remember. I don't play Warhammer, so I don't know. I don't know. Okay, so now they arrive at Mos Eisley. Oh, sorry, it's not Mos Eisley. Sorry, sorry. It's the port city of Providence. Velot, Veldet. I don't know. I don't care. But I mean, it's a walled city, and it's a square. Literally the entire city is a square. And to be honest, I'd say that's a large. That might be considered a town. Not even not quite a large town either. But that looks more like a town than a city. To be honest, I'm just saying. It's just I don't know. I don't know. Oh. I was looking forward to this. I thought this might be really good. And I saw some of the reviews and reaction videos to the reviews from last week, and I wasn't happy with them. But I want to put it. I want it to be my opinion, and I wanted to like it, but so far it's just really, really. But hey, guys, before I go back to carry on watching it, if you like this content, please hit that thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and select all in the notification bell. So it really helps us out with the algorithm. And comment down below any thoughts, ideas, suggestions. So right, let's carry on with it and get every single fight scene has a slow motion part, and the message is there. All the guys are weak, all the men are weaklings, and then and this woman is the most powerful one in the room. That's absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. The message is fucking loud as and bright in this movie. I was really hoping it wouldn't be, seeing as it was refused by Disney and Lucasfilm. I thought it might have been that it wasn't woke at all, but yeah, the message is there either way. I'm just getting sick and tired of this shit. You know, really am getting sick and tired of this shit. All right, let's carry on. Let's carry on watching it. But I mean, every single fight scene has a slow motion. Every fight scene, oh, every every single bit of conflict we've seen has slow motion. It's absolutely ridiculous. And you got to bear in mind that at this point, now she's suddenly become this strong, powerful woman. She could barely move a boulder at the beginning. She was plowing with the plow being towed by this horse thing, and she hit a rock. She dug the rock up and she struggles to get it out. But all of a sudden, she can throw this guy that must weigh at least twice as much as her, and she can throw him around like he's a rag doll. I'm sorry, but it's the truth. I mean, if you haven't watched it, if you have watched it, don't fucking bother. It's shit. And I don't think I'm not even halfway through it yet. I don't think. But I don't know. I have no idea. Okay, so I'm a fan of Charlie Hunnam, and I'm glad we get to see him in this. But it's just been so bad up to this point. So like I said, with every single fight, everything has a slow motion scene. Every every time something happens, knocking over a table, it's slow motion. Pushing over a table to hide behind it so you don't get shot, slow motion. Everything's. Oh, why is everything in slow motion during the fighting? I just don't understand. You don't want that. I mean, oh, that's what I did. That's what I hated about 300. The slow motion, the stop action crap. Yeah, still more bad choreography. What is it with bad choreography when they're doing fighting these days? I don't get it. I mean, Ahsoka was bad with it. Oh. Hmm. And not only do the blades of the swords glow, but if you've watched it, you'll see even the hilt glows. It's not just the blade; it's the entire assembly from the hilt to the blade. Everything just glows. So it's not just the blade like in Star Wars. Well, I know where they're getting the idea that it's a rip-off of Star Wars because of that, but you got to bear in mind it was written as a Star Wars movie, right? So, but in this scene, this fight, the choreography was bad. There was less slow motion, but the movements of the choreography was so slow anyway. You barely see it as a difference, to be honest. Uh, Maybe it's just the main characters' fight sequences that get slowed down. We'll see. We'll see. I'll say this for Charlie. He does not, I repeat, does not do a very good Irish accent as far as I'm concerned. Um, I've heard many Irish accents, and I've heard a lot of ones that have been faked by American actors that are bad. And Charlie Hanna is not an exception, unfortunately. I like him as an actor, though, but I'm not sure what his character is supposed to be in this movie. he's got the ship, so he's the Han Solo in this movie. Um, but I don't know. I don't know because I don't know. It might just be the Irish accent that he's putting on, but I don't know. It seems odd. But I mean, some of the characters that they put together are strange. There's not much of a characterization of them. You know, you can't understand what type of character they are. If that makes any sense, it's nice to know if you can. You know, if you got to feel something for the characters. That's the point, right? To get you to draw you in. But I don't feel anything for any of them. I don't feel a lot for the story either. Well, there you have it. End of part one. Well, I mean, what can I actually say about that? Other than the fact that, oh my fucking god, what was the fuck? What was that? Oh my god! I feel that that's like 2 hours 15 minutes wasted. To be honest, characters are poor. They're not good characters. There's not good story, and the fact that it's a part one just doesn't make me want to see part two. You know, I mean, if anyone, I don't know. Oh my god, what the hell can I say about that film? It was absolutely terrible. I mean, I was hoping that it would be really good or pretty good, but that's terrible. I mean, the dialogue, the plot, everything has is just crap. I mean, seriously, absolute crap. It doesn't even deserve a part two. I mean, where was all the important parts? There's no important part of the story in that, except for the ending, where or whatever. I'm just, oh, I'm struggling to think of what to say. I mean, it is like 20 to 6 in the morning here in the UK, and I haven't slept yet, so I am going to sleep after this, and then when I wake up, I'm going to be watching Monarch. Oh, I just don't know what to say about it. It was absolute rubbish. So yeah, the critics were right on this, but a lot of the time the critics were they were blaming him for it. But I mean, it's I think that maybe because it was written as a Star Wars movie, it may have been better, but because he's taken a lot of stuff from other franchises. I mean, you definitely got the Star Wars influence. What else? You've got I think that bit at the end where they're in the field, they're all on. I don't know what they are. Them horse thingies back. It's almost like there was supposed to be some sort of reference to the Magnificent Seven. There was only technically six of them, but you could imagine that there was a Magnificent Seven influence. Uh, what else? Just trying to think. The bit in the field when they're in the grain field or whatever field that is. I don't know what crop. I have no idea what crop they were supposed to be growing. Some sort of wheat, but I don't know. Where they're sitting there on horseback, looking at the village. I was hoping that the king's gaze would have fired at the village and destroyed it in front of them, as I think that would have been a perfectly spectacular ending to it. But no, they went with a different type of shit. Um, There are so many influences in that, but the Star Wars influences not so much. Um, I mean, I'd even say that there was a Lord of the Rings reference there. There's Viking reference there. There's all sorts. There's everything. I mean, there's even stuff from. I'd say even stuff from Foundation. Um, Man of Steel. You know the part where Jarrell sends Kal-El off in the little ship. All the stuff leading up to that point, the technology, there was the symbology on Scargiver's gun basically is very reminiscent of the design for the Kryptonian technology in the world in Man of Steel. If that makes any sense, I mean, you got but the detail on her weapon and on her armor when you see her in it, but she's not always in it. She's only in it in the flashbacks. It's armor that I would say would prefer that you would expect to see in something like Warhammer. I would have thought that's how I feel anyway. But there was a ton of slow motion parts and stop motion cinematography. Oh my god, it's just oh. I'll tell you what, I'm not going to watch that again, and I'm not even considering watching the second part at this point. I know we've got to wait a while to wait for that, but to be honest, I'm not looking forward to it. I mean, a good first part should have you wanting to see it again, you know. But other than that, I don't know what to say. It's just a really bad movie. Poorly written, poorly directed, poorly produced, poorly acted. I mean, even for Charlie Hunnam, it's probably the worst performance I've ever seen him do. And considering I was looking forward to it, and I've just sat through 2 hours and 15 minutes of absolute torment. Ah. But anyway, guys, I'm looking forward to going to sleep and watching Monarch when I wake up. Just saying. But thanks for watching, guys. If you've watched up to this point, I'm sorry about this video, but I'm just being honest. It's absolutely terrible. It really is. If you want to watch it, but bear in mind that it is terrible. But hey, we'll see what you guys think. Whether you like this video or not, hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and select all in the notification bell so you don't miss any upcoming content. If you want to see more, comment down below any thoughts, ideas, or suggestions. And until next time, guys, as always, take care, stay safe, and may the Schwartz be with you. Later, guys.